just there. Total love affair. We cover the game from the top to the news. Celebrity drama, political trauma. The season of sports from basketball courts in the nation. Donation, give us support whenever you go, wherever you listen. Knowing how you do it, she always glisten. I'm telling you, we gotta get it right. So tune in, baby, right now tonight. Let's
she
get
got
that
rhythm and flow. Rhythm and flow. Gotta get that rhythm and flow. Rhythm and flow. She got that rhythm and flow. Rhythm and flow. Let me hear that rhythm and flow. I get that rhythm and flow. Rhythm and flow. She got that rhythm and flow. Rhythm and flow. Let me hear.
Hey everybody. What is that? Is that Wednesday? You know, it's been a long time since I did some stuff like this. I mean, it's been a while. But happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy hump day to some. You know who you are. You know, it's almost time for school to start back again. That's strange how the kids just got up and they're just getting ready to go back. But my name is Katie Lowe, and this is Rhythm Flow Radio live stream on Intellectual Radio. And today, on Rhythm Flow Radio, Intellectual Radio is where I used to be. And, today I'm going to touch on a real touchy subject. When I say it's touchy, it is touchy because, with all the crime and stuff that's going on in Chicago right now, we have some other problems and some other issues that we have to look at. And we have to look at these issues as a community, as an overall community. And when I say community, because, we look around with all the stuff, you can't even walk in your community right now. You're afraid that either you're going to get carjacked, or you're going to get robbed, or you're going to end up dead. So when you think about what's going on in your community now, you have to think about, why are these things happening? Are these just bad, out of control children? Or are there some other things that come into play? And the things that, I'm thinking about is bullying. Bullying is one of them. And, a kid once told me one day that, it's a thing to be bullied in school. I guess when you get in those that age of what maturity, or what they call it, when they reach puberty and you start developing and start looking a different way, where boys notice girls and girls notice boys. So, they do crazy little things to get their attention, like, oh, a boy might pull a girl's hair. Well, today that can be offensive. Back in my day, that was a sign that the little boy liked you. But today, I don't know, you might get you pull a girl's hair, you might get your whole wrist cut off. So you got to be careful. And they would call that bullying and harassing. They got different laws now than back when I was growing up. You used to could whistle at a guy and tell him how good he looked, and nobody got offended. But man, if you do that today, that's sexual harassment. So you got to just be careful. But I say all this to say that bullying can lead to something else. And I have a special guest today that I can't bring on camera. And not only do I have the guest here, I have the guest parent here. And, because school is getting ready to start back, I wanted this young man to kind of tell you his story. I can't tell you his story, only he can. But before I let him tell you his story, there are a few questions that I want to ask him, because I want to see why he's why he's going through this moment in his life. That's what I'm trying to figure out. And you know, there are different reasons that people go through certain moments in their life. So I figured that if I asked him some questions, and then maybe I could understand it. So first, before I asked him these questions, I want to get permission from the parents. Um, and I want the parent to tell you why, you know, she is allowing her child to tell the story. Parent, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Okay, can you explain to me why you are allowing your child to come and share his story about bullying and gangs at school?
Sure. Well, I decided to let my son speak on the fact about being bullied because as my child is getting older, I want him to understand that bullying comes in different forms. And I want him to be able to stand up for himself, not meaning just fight, because I don't believe that violence is the answer to everything. I want him to be able to let people know that it's not okay. And just because you're doing something that he's not interested in, that doesn't give you a right to pick with him. I feel my child should be able to go to school
Okay.
and come home with no issues. I'm a parent that has to check in with my child because he gets bullied. I'm at work. I have to call. Son, let me know when you get on the bus. Son, let me know when you get home. Just for my clarity, for me to know that my child is okay. And I just want all parents to know that if your child is being bullied, I want the kids to be able to speak up and tell their bully it's not okay and I don't like it. They don't have to allow someone to make them feel uncomfortable. Because just as much as they're welcome, you're welcome. And I just want kids to understand that.
Okay. Great. Great. Now can I ask you this can be personal. You can tell me it's not my business and believe me, I won't get offended. Uh is a mother and father in the home?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Uh, I was just wondering, you know, I was always brought up that a child should see a growing child while the child is growing up. They should see a mother and a father going to work. You understand? And the reason I'm saying this is because some children, when they wake up in the morning, they see their father playing. What's the name of those games? I don't play them.
Video games.
Video games is what we call like the
PlayStation 5.
PlayStation and stuff like that. This is what they see. So this is why I'm asking you: is there mother and father in the home, and are they working people?
Yes.
Both.
Both work.
Okay. All right. So I see that he's growing up in a background to show him that there is a responsibility to work.
Yes.
Because some kids don't see it.
That is true.
Okay. Okay. Another thing, even though I'm going to ask him, but I want to hear from you. What kind of academic? What is his academic grades? What is his grades like?
My son is I want to say, an average student. He makes good grades. My son does take honors classes because he's a good student.
Mm-hmm.
My son has never been suspended since all these years of him going to school.
He takes honor. Did you say honors classes?
Yes, my son takes honor classes, math and science honors.
Oh, really? Math and science?
Yes.
Oh, you're talking engineering status to me. That's really great. Okay, there's one other thing that I'd like to ask you. So, with that, do you give me permission to ask your son a few questions?
Sure.
Okay, the first question I want to ask. Now that I know that you come from a two-parent family home, now that I know both the mother and the father work, how long have you been? Have you been bullied? Well, number one, how old are you?
I'm 16.
Okay, how long have you been bullied?
I've been bullied for a long time.
What's a long time? You're 16. To me, being 3 days is a long time to me.
For like years now.
For years.
Yeah.
Okay, have you said anything about it before?
Yeah, I've said something about it before.
You said something, but now it's gotten out of control. Yeah. Okay. Your mother said that you take honors classes.
Yes, honors chemistry, honors math.
Okay. So you're 16 at this time in your life, and I'm thinking you're 16. So in a couple of years, you're going to be in college, or you done found one of them turkey tails. And excuse me, I'm just being funny right now. But you'll be gone from home. You know how people talk about empty nesters. Well, you'll be gone from home, and you will be no longer will you be at home. So, have you thought about what are you gonna do with your life?
I would like to be
An engineer?
Yes.
Okay, now when you talk about being an engineer covers. Listen, you just can't say engineer. There's so many different kinds. Oh, you want to be an architect? Okay, well you take honors math and you take honors science. So, though when you talk, even though you got to be good in all classes, but you definitely have to be exceptional in math and science to be an engineer. Okay, and to hear that there's a young man that takes honors math and science, that's a plus. That's plus. So, have you thought about where you want to go? You wanted to go to college? Not that far.
Not too far, no.
You think you would want to go to school locally, or you want to go out of state?
Not, um, not too close to home, but not too far.
Well, the reason I was asking you, I think what is that, Purdue over in Indiana? I think that's a good school for engineering.
I know it's crazy.
I'm just talking in the future before I really get all up in your business. I'm just trying to make sure you're gonna be real comfortable with me. Okay, so your brothers and sisters? How many sisters?
One.
And how many brothers?
One.
So there are 3 of y'all? Y'all get along? Or do they just make you sick? You're 16. How old are they?
10 and 8.
And 8. Yeah, I know they just make you sick. Because, boy, if they were mine, they'd make me sick. Okay. Now, another thing I want to ask you. But y'all love each other, right? At the end of the day. Okay, so now we're finna get really into this bullying thing. I want you to tell me how it all started. How it started. Oh no, don't tell me the school. We ain't on that. We're not naming names and we're not naming schools. Just tell me how it started. Like, was it just somebody picking on you, calling you out your name? Like really, how did it start?
Well, it was kind of random because me and the person, we were pretty on good terms.
Mm.
Like we wouldn't necessarily bully each other, but then it just started out of the blue. He started bullying me for no reason at all. Yeah. I can't really tell you how it started, but all I know is it was random. Like I never did anything wrong towards the person.
Oh, wrong toward the person. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. So it started probably over nothing. Mhm. So I mean, the first time, did you just get into it, or some words were being said?
Words were said from him to me, but besides that, it was kind of a one-sided
Conversation. Why was it a one-sided conversation?
because I didn't engage with the person.
Where did you learn that? Oh, your mom. Oh, okay. Very good. Because I know, I know some people, they would sit up and engage that conversation, and they would talk. And I mean, listen, come on, let's be for real. You know it and I know it. These parents go up to the school, they'll tear the teacher's dress off. I mean, they might go up there and whoop the teacher. Okay? Be for real. This happens in the public school system. Parents go up there instead of the parents and the teachers having a conversation, okay, about the child and the child's education and behavior. Man, they might as well put on some boxing gloves. Because the parent don't want you to, I don't want you to tell me nothing about my child. When your mother taught you, just don't talk back or say anything. Because really it takes two to argue, right? Yeah, that's right. So what happened after that first time?
It continued.
It what?
It continued. Like the bullying just continued. But besides that, it was still like one-sided because the bullying continued. He continued to bother me, and it was just.
Don't worry about that.
It's kind of hard to explain.
Well, you have to explain because I'm nosy and I want to know. I listen. If you tell me somebody's bullying you, well, I haven't had nobody to bully me because I don't know if I could be bullied. I gotta. I don't know. I don't know. I might be able to turn it off. And I might be able to say something and make them not want to ever talk to me again. They might shoot me and I'd be gone, but I'm just saying, I want to know. You go into school is getting ready to start back. So I want to know, you being bullied, I want to know what happened. After somebody do something to you one time, you say you just forgot about it. You threw it under the rug. But this person didn't. Here they come back again with this same talk. And you're going to sweep it under the rug. So how many times you going to turn that other cheek? I'm trying to see. Move your hands and see if you got any cheeks. How many times you going to turn the other cheek? I can't hear you. Boy, let me clean my ears out. They must be full of wax.
We ended up, after the bullying continued, we did have a confrontation. We did fight.
Your fault?
Yeah.
Y'all had a fight. Yeah. Now, so, can I ask you, is the person that you were being bullied by, were they in a gang?
Yeah, it was like, they had their own group.
They had their own group? Okay. Wanted you to be a part of that group? Oh, like a clique.
Yeah, it's like certain people hang together and they run together. And those, you guys want to be like, okay, this is like the nerd clique. This is like the bully clique.
They have like their own separate group.
cliques.
But why be in a clique? I mean, when you are a black African American, when you are black African American male, not biracial, but now I'm talking about BLACK black. You're good in math, you're good in science. I'm sitting there talking to you. I'm listening to your language. You ain't doing that yo baby, that yeah man, and this and that. I mean, you are really. You have good diction. Okay, your conversation is nice. I have someone before they open their mouth, I know I can't talk to them because I don't understand the language. I have to get my dictionary. so I can understand what they're saying. Okay, so how long did it go on before you actually fall? Now, but so you said it started over a year ago. Now I hear real good. I'm an old lady, but my hearing is good at my left ear. At my right ear, I might have a problem. So that's why I have my left ear turned to you, so I can hear everything you say.
He's stating the fact that he's been bullied over a year, different people, not just
not just one, just different people.
Different people.
So why do you think they pick on you?
I don't really do nothing to nobody after school.
Mm-hmm. Are you in any extracurricular activity?
No.
You don't play football. You don't run track. You just go make them good grades and take your butt home.
Yes, I'm good. I'm friends with like a lot of people. Like when I was going to the school,
okay.
I did have like a lot of friends there. I was friends with upperclassmen, like seniors and juniors. I was friends with them. It was just like what? When I was a freshman, I didn't get along with a lot of freshmen.
You got along with the older people? Mm. Your mom better watch out. Oh, I'm just kidding. That's a joke, girl. No, but I'm just serious. So, how are you emotionally?
Emotionally, I'm alright.
Have dreams? You bad dreams?
No.
Good, nice, pleasant dreams, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Mm-hmm. No headaches or nothing?
No.
And you feel comfortable at school, even though people bully you?
The school itself, besides that, it's like a comfortable place. Like the school itself is nice. It was just like the people there. Some of the people there.
School is supposed to be a comfortable place. So I'm asking you this, but I shouldn't be, but I can because you go to school. I don't go to Chicago public schools. I'm too old. But you go. You think Chicago public schools are comfortable and a safe place to be? Tell the truth. Either yes, you do, or no, you don't.
Well, not the school I was going to, though.
No, not the school. Okay. You're not going to bring up no school names. Mm-hmm. But some of the ones in the past, even though you were bullied there, they were okay.
Yeah.
So if you're a male and you're being bullied, you're not supposed to go back and snitch, right? You're not supposed to go back and say anything to the principal or someone that, you're having a problem with a student. They call it snitching, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you just take the punishment, right? And hold your head up high and keep going.
Yeah.
So how long do you take this? How long do you turn that over to? I need to know. So if I ever go back in my mother's room, which I doubt I will because she's already deceased, and I came back as a kid and I was going to school, and somebody started bullying me, I need to know how long do I need to be slapped around before I do something about it. I take it, before I decide that, look, I'm tired of this shit. I mean, I'm tired of this. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Excuse me, parent. But how long do I say to myself, okay, Katie, I'm tired of this. Okay, today you threw water on me. Yesterday you kicked me. Now you done spit on me. How long am I supposed to take this? And 4 days ago you jumped on me. So how long am I supposed to take this?
I feel like the last day is when she spit on you, when a person spit on you.
That's the be all, huh?
Yeah, that's it. Because like you giving the person chance after chance.
So if they can kick me.
They're not supposed to do any of that.
They can snatch my hat, my wig off. And I'm just supposed to go down the street with my nappy head. And somebody said, oh, girl, she took my wig. And they're like, what? You let somebody snatch your hair off? Now, I'm being funny, but I really want to know how long. Okay, think about that.
I'm gonna let you think.
I feel like.
Can I respond on that?
Think about that, because I believe that. Excuse me, y'all. I believe that there's more to this than meets the eye, and I don't think I'm getting. I'm not getting this full story. It's something else going on here.
Can I answer that question?
Yes, you can.
So, to answer the question, how long are you supposed to endure being bullied by someone?
Yeah.
First, it should never get to that point.
Okay.
It should never get to the point where no one's kicking you, pulling your hair, spitting on you. That's unacceptable.
Okay.
I feel like the first time it happened, and me being a parent, after you just spoke with someone, the proper people that's in charge, I feel like once you let someone at the school, they're supposed to reach out to the parent. The parent's supposed to take care and handle their child. Now, the second time, you're not going to get the second time. And that's just me. Because I feel like if I did my part and I'd made someone aware of this, then I feel like you understood to keep your hands, your feet, your spit, and everything to yourself. So at that point, me, as being a little black girl, it wouldn't have been the second time. And I'm just going to be honest. I tell my son, and I always tell my son, a person can say anything to you. Just don't allow nobody to put their hands on you. I always tell my son, if somebody does something, let someone at the school know. My son called my phone, I will call the school, and I let them know. My son said this person did this to him, this person did that to him. I have done it several times. My son is not a fighter. You have to push him to fight you.
Okay.
And I think that's what happened with him and the boy bullying him situation.
But I want him to see some ugly, dirty parts of this story. Because I got my broom and I went up to the school and I swept that lot and I found all of them some ugly parts of this story that you ain't telling. And I want to know about it. Like you got suspended from school.
Yeah.
See, this. Let me tell you. Okay. We're gonna come back with this story and have part 2 because today we just doing part 1. I don't like for people to ask me to talk about something, then they get scared to talk. I'm gonna have to get the mop because he's gonna come back. Not next week. Next week. No, I can't come back. we're going to come back and do another 30-minute segment next week because there's some real ugly stuff to this story. This is why I decided to do this. This story gets real ugly. This ain't no clean story. You know, if you want me to get on here and talk about it, I don't know nothing about gangs and bullying. I'm from Arkansas. And they had one gang in Arkansas. And they called themselves the Untouchables. And all they did was stay on the golf course. Okay? I don't know nothing about this. And I knew I wasn't going to be bullied when I was born because I'm my daddy's child. I hung with my mama because I was the last girl, but I am my daddy's child. And I'm not going to allow anyone to bully me because I'm going to speak up for myself. And that's the one thing that I love myself for because I'm not afraid to talk for myself. And I'm not telling you to fight. I'm telling you to get some goddamn backbone. That's what I'm telling you. And we're going to come back to part 2 of this story. And she going to give me something to read. And she know I'm old. Okay. All right. But anyway, we're going to come back. I'll post it. And we're going to come back because there's more to this story than meets the eye. This is a very smart young man. He has a lot going for himself. And the last thing he wants to do is to be bullied. I mean, he's getting ready to graduate. And he wants to be an engineer. So next week, we're going to get into another 30-minute segment of this story. And I really wanted to do this because, look, if you're a parent or a grandparent or aunt or uncle or whoever you are, if you have nieces, nephews, grandchildren, children that are in school, they may be afraid to speak out about being bullied. But always when they come in, sit down and ask them how their day was, you know? Always ask them, you know? Try to tell them something positive so that you can have a line of communication with them. Because I'm quite sure there's some going on in our public school system that some things we don't hear about. You know how they say what stays in Vegas, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I'm not in the public school system, but I'm quite sure there's some tales up in there that we don't hear about. So this is Katie Lowe from the Lowe Radio live stream where seniors talk, and I will catch you maybe next Wednesday about this time. And you all have a great day. Bye-bye.